Hello and welcome to my latest video. This one is for the March D.M.C challenge, any military vehicle. As you can see, this one's based on a Dinky Land Rover. It's a Mersey tunnel Land Rover. Not that it's going to stay looking this way for very long. Model's pretty intact. It's been overpainted, but I'm going to be doing quite a lot of modifications to this, so none of that really matters all that much. Nice little roller. Off we go. Right. Unusually I'm not taking it apart first. I'm going straight in with the axle and I'm removing that hatchback. I want to make it into a pickup style. So off we go, in the vise. Off with the axle. Off with the back. While I'm busy with all of this, I'd just like to remind you, if you enjoyed the video content that I'm creating, if you could click a like and subscribe or possibly even share, that would be most helpful. I've got it on the table now. I've already spent a little bit of time sanding out some details on the side with the, or rather filing out some details on the side, because it had lockers in it and various things that I wanted to get rid of. As a number plate carrier across the front there. I've also filed that away, tidied up the corners. So off with the tyres, although they're not in bad condition, or 3 out of the 4 weren't in bad condition. With the amount of mods I'm going to be doing to this one and the shiny new paint job, I think I'm going to put some shiny new tyres on to go with it. Moving on to chopping the bottom off. It's a bit of a consider it was just a 2 rivet job, it was quite a bit of a fuss, this one. Had to resort to getting the French files out as well, just to take the head off the rivets. But eventually, with a bit of persuasion, off she pops. Apart it is. And having stripped it in the caustic soda and primed it, we're on for the first coat of the red paint. This one's a Createx semi-opaque red. And we've got it all masked up now, ready for the second coat, which is a home-brewed navy blue using Wicked Cobalt Blue and Wicked Detail Black. With 3 coats of paint on this particular one to achieve the effect I'm looking for. Because I'm darkening down and building it up in light coats so that it doesn't sag or run. Got a little way to go on this one. Oh, there we go. That's the blue cover coat achieved. Just checking I haven't missed anything or got any paint a bit thin. And peeling off the masking now. Fingers crossed everything's panned out okay, but I certainly took precautions, for want of a better word, with doing the fine edges in vinyl tape first before putting just the ordinary masking on. Never just to realise just an ordinary paper masking tape. You quite often get threadbare edges and raggedy edges with it. So it's me RN stencil for the doors to cover everything over. I've cut the stencils out of vinyl and hopefully saturating them with Createx opaque white will give me the desired effect. I've got the plastic card now and cutting the frame for the canvas back that I'm making. fiddling the back hatch out of it and glued it all together. Also fiddle with a plastic card, and I've only got the gel super glue in the house as well, which is not a lot of help. Got it to stick together again finally, and now I've covered it in quite a strong double-sided tape, and I'm just going to skin it over now in this canvas looking material that I've managed to procure from the Oddments box. I think it looks quite effective. It looks a little clean, but since everything's got a fresh coat of paint on or whatever, we're going to assume for the sake of arguments that this is a brand new vehicle that's just been released into the wild. Just sticking down the edges neatly as I can, rolling it over, and I needed to drill a hole in the top and I totally forgot to do it before I'd done all of that painting, which was really frustrating, but I got away with it. I've made some number plates out of paper with a self-adhesive backing. I've given it its own number. It's HB, no it's not, it's 59RN17, as it's Hellboy 59, Royal Navy, and it's my 17th video. And just placing the one on the back now. Just a little bit of detail for the model. Smoothing it down with a cocktail stick there, instead of poking my stubby little fingers onto the back of the freshly lacquered vehicle that I've built. Pretty happy with that. Detailing on the bumper now. I do fit the military style double bumpers onto it as well, which are made out of plastic card. I think they suddenly appear. I don't think I recorded the process of plopping them on, but I just thought it helped to kind of amp up the military look, make it look a little bit less like the police Land Rover it started out as. There's a little great glance of the RN sticker on the side there, or stencil. Deploying the forceps now. Just so I can get at the last little bit on the bumper. This really is quite a small model, this one. And I did find that there was nowhere to hold without smudging paint or spoiling stuff I'd already done. Detailing the headlights in there. Another one of those favourites. Always worried about ending up with square headlamps when they're supposed to be round. I'm using aluminium fine on that one. There's those double bumpers that I mentioned. And next up I'm adding a bit of glue to the front bumper. And for another detail I decided to put on, I called up some black coated wire to mimic length of rope that you quite often see on the front bumper of these older military vehicles. But it make a interesting little addition, give the front bumper a bit of something else. Puts up quite a fight. Doesn't want to go on there, but needs must. I've stabbed it into position and let it go off. You could probably wondered off and had a cup of tea and did a bit of cursing off camera. There we go. Happy enough with that. Just making sure it's actually staying where I've put it. I've mentioned a couple of times I've been using super glue gel type lately, and it's been a nightmare, but unfortunately they're out of the liquid stuff at my local suppliers, and I'm pretty determined to use up the bits that I've bought anyway. So the next thing on the agenda here, when I've finished sitting back and admiring my work, is I've fitted some perspex or plasticard windows to the interior. This is an older Dinky that didn't have any glass. I'm quite pleased with that. This little device will power the flashing light on the top of the vehicle shortly. So I'll fit the LED flashing bulb in. Amazon buy, you might know. And a little D-cell, disc type battery holder. Clipping it all in, tucking the wires away. Ensure it's in nice and firm before I stick the rivets. Decided to do away with the towing hook from the back because I actually want that for the next thing that I'm going to put together, which is a truck that should have one on the back, and it was missing. So on with the super glue, in with the rivets, pinch it all together. I'll tuck down on the wiring. And just fit the little canvas cover over that I've made. Probably a little bit light, but like I say, what the implication was is that it's a brand new vehicle, so I haven't had time to get it dirty yet. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. And here they are, side by side on the turntable. A police Land Rover it started out as, and the RAF bomb squad conversion. As you can see, changed it quite a bit. What have I been up to with this one? Well, we cut the back off, we made a canvas back, drilled the top, mounted a flashing light, double bumpers, fitted glass, sawed the step off this side, filed away the bits on the casting that used to represent carry cases on the side of the boxes from when it was its Mersey tunnel incarnation. Fitted some Navy style number plates, and there she is with the light flashing away. Happy little Land Rover. First time I've tried any military stuff, it's not really my scene. And now we've got what's coming next, the aforementioned lorry with the missing towing hook. None of it's original, it's obviously been overpainted. I don't know whether I'm going to try and make it quite like it came out of the toy box, but I'll certainly do something with it. Well, thank you all for watching. Do try and remember, click a like and subscribe. I've been Hellboy59, you've been very patient. Thank you and goodbye.